The game's length is also great. It's just short enough, as you saw, for a quick game after work, for example, but long enough to build something satisfying. Hey everyone, this is Thecos, and today I'm bringing you my review and playthrough of Rome Alone by Raphael Rochedix. Although this could also be a French name, then it would be Rochedix, but I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. I hope one of those two options was correct. This is a solo game that plays in 10 minutes, which is about right. You might still remember my coverage of the print and play game Rome in a Day. That is this game, actually, just professionally produced, and you can get this at the Game Crafters. That's really cool that they actually put this into a real produced game. And I have the honors of showing you today how it worked. You may know Joe Clipfel. You may know him from several games I've covered on this channel, such as Dragons of Etchenstone, Dragons of Etchenstone North Vale, and Birdscaping, and many more. And he has actually signed this game, so it could be released. Really cool. So grab yourself a cup of tea and let's do this. All right, there we go. So I will not do a montage this time for the setup, just because the game is so easy to set up. Seriously, it's really quick. So let me just, we have three different types of cards here. First of all, we have the three oversized cards. Let me just take these out. And then we put like Rome, like the region card, in the middle, the map mat that is called. Then we have the resource mat. We will put that over here. And then we have the monuments mat right here, just like this here. We don't need this anymore. Let me put that aside. Then we have these tracker cubes. We need like all of these a little bit later. So let me just put them maybe up here. Maybe let me put them right here. Oops, there we go. Three of them we will put here on the one spaces actually. Wait, give me a moment. There we go. Then we have the 21 action cards. These we will just roughly shuffle. I might actually, maybe I will sleeve these cards. Let's see, because then I could shuffle them easier, but I don't know. It's not really necessary. Then we put them here on the, you see we have two spaces here, deck and discard. So we will put them here on deck. And then we do have the scoring card here. That is just in case you want to play in case you want to play a single game. But I think I will actually show you how the campaigns work, right? But before we do that, we also put a cube here on Rome. And that is already almost it. Like, one thing we should do maybe a little bit better is put everything a little bit more to the left, because we will be able to build buildings, and I think it makes sense to do that here on the right here. Here we have some room to build the buildings. I think that's why I will put here the other stuff here on the left. And then last but not least, we do have two campaigns here. We have Rise of Rome and also we have Fall of Rome. Let's do Rise of Rome first. And this is like a small campaign you can play through. And how that works is as follows. We start with the number 1, and then it says here, like it has like a little story here. Emperor. The role of a young emperor of Rome is not an easy one. You carry the hopes of tens of thousands of men and women. You must learn how to show yourself worthy. Special rules? No special rules. 13 points. That means our aim for this game, our goal is to reach 13 points. We have no special rules. Okay, so let's try that. And at the end, I will show you what that does. 13 points. All right, we can do that. And with that, we can actually start the game. We will play in like 3 rounds, 3 acts. And at the end of each round, we need to pay a specific number of military resources. Here you see them here on our resource track again. In order to defend against the barbarians attacking. Otherwise, we lose control over specific regions here. But I will get to that a little bit later. Just something that we need to know. We need at least 2 of the military resources here later on. All right, so let's just start the game. So how it always works is we first have the draw phase. We draw 3 cards from the deck into our hand. Just like this here. Then we have the action phase. That means we choose one of these 3 cards and play the card, right? And the other ones are discarded. And there are 2 options we can do. Option A is up here, just to take these resources. And option B is to do to do the action down here. We just need to pay for it, right? For example, here we could pay 3 industry resources in order to put 1 cube on one of our regions here. Whenever we put something on our region, we first of all we get that resource, right? So either culture or an industry resource. Just adjust the tracker here, and also we have more regions covered here. Each region will be 1 victory point at the end of the game, right? Another way to get victory points is to build these monuments. You see it right here, how many victory points we get here, and also some of these cards give victory points, right? And remember, we want to have 13 points by the end of the game. Okay, here we can build this card by paying 2 industry and 1 military resource, and that means like every time we gain military resources, we get 2 more. That is pretty strong. These cards are really strong to get like more resources when you get a specific one. These are really strong. I usually always try to build one of those, but we don't have the resources for that yet. We also don't have the resources for that, and that one is similar. We need to pay 3 culture to get one of these. So we don't have any of the resources here. I think what I will do is actually I will take this card here, right? This one here, to get these resources here. So I will take 2 military resources and 1 cultural one, and then we discard all these cards. That was our turn. Now, next thing, we again are in the draw phase. We draw 3 cards. Now in the action phase, there's one of those again here. I still cannot I cannot pay for that. This one here means that if I play this, I gain as many cultural resources as I have regions occupied. That's not very good at the moment. Here that means I pay as many military resources as I have regions, and that means then I get one of the I get a region for that, right? So that is really inexpensive at the moment because I only have 1 region. So I think I will play that. That means I will pay 1 military resource because I have 1 region occupied, and then I will occupy another region. I will occupy up here, so I get 1 industry resource. So now I have 2 of each. That should be enough for now. Discard phase, we discard, and then we are in the draw phase again. That is the gist of the game. It's really simple. And the first round, the first act ends when that deck is through. Okay, so here we can get more regions. We could pay this one here to get a region, but I think I would rather get some resources because we do need some military resources later on, right? So let me get these 2 resources up here on this Colosseum card. 1, 2, 3. By the way, these that I just discarded, these don't give me any regions of the map. These actually let me cover spots on the monuments, and the monument is built when I have covered both spots, right? So I need to like build a monument twice in order to like finish it up. Okay, so Pantheon here. We still don't have anything that really interests me. Let's see. We do have a lot more resources now. We could do this here, right? I would have to pay 2 military resources in order to put a cube on the map again. I think that's not too bad. I think I want to get like some cubes here because 2, 4, 6, to have all of them would be 7 points already. That's more than half than I need, right? So that might be an idea. So let me pay 2 military resources because I have 2 regions occupied, and I can occupy another region. Let's go with cultural, I suppose, for now. Okay, let's draw 3 more cards. 1, 2, 3. What I will actually do is I will put the cards below here, so I don't always like move the region card too often. Okay, so what do we have here? We do have the Colosseum, 3 cultural resources to build a monument. Here, some to build a monument. This one here would give us like 2 victory points flat. I think that wouldn't be too bad, right? So I think I will take this actually. That means I build this by paying 2 industry and 1 cultural resource, and now we have 2 victory points at the end of the game. That is not too bad. Okay, so second to last round. Let's see. This one here would be interesting, but we don't have the resources for that. We need some more resources. You know what? Let me get these 3 resources right here, like that. I think that is fine. And then the last one here. So we could build this again. We do have the resources for that. That would be another 2 victory points. That's not too bad. Yeah, I think that might be a good idea. So I'm also placing that one right here. Paying 2 industry and 1 cultural resource, discarding these. And that means now we can't draw any cards on deck anymore. That means the first round is over, right? What I usually do is I just put like a cube here, so I know first round, right, is done. So I know which is the next one. So I just remember in which round I'm in. And here it means we need to pay 2 military resources, which I have. That's good. Otherwise, we would have to remove one of these cubes here. That would also be okay, but not perfect. So at the moment, you see 3, 5, 7. We already have 7 victory points. That's not too bad. Then we take all the cards in our discard pile. I'll just give them a quick shuffle here, like this. And then a few more cuts. A little overhand shuffle. Another cut, and I think that should be fine. All right, and now we just continue. 1, 2, 3. So there are some things that you can do here to build up a cooler engine, right? I haven't done so yet, right? I'm just going straight for victory points this time and for regions. That's just a different way to play this game, just because the cards come out this way. I will talk about that a little bit later in my review. But so another thing we could do is build the Colosseum here, because it would give us 2 victory points and the barbarian invasions wouldn't happen anymore, right? That is really strong. Also, we could build up something like, I don't have the cards right now, but a card that would give us more resources when we get a specific resource, right? That can be like a game changer, right? So yeah, let's see. At the moment, I don't have a whole lot of resources. I can't really do a whole lot here. No, I can't pay anything. So let's just get some resources. Well, just a shot in the dark, but let us get some industry resources right there. That's 2. Okay, let's draw 3 cards. So you see that the gameplay is still very much intact from the print and play game, right? Here, these cards. These are cards that I want. But I can actually afford this one here. That's good. So I will play 2 industry and 1 cultural resource, so I can build this. And this now means that every time I get a cultural resource, I get 2 extra. That is amazing. I would have liked that a little bit earlier, but it's also fine now. So now, for example, I could just take these resources here for this card, right? I would get 1 of those and 3 of that one. See? And then I'm suddenly have many more resources again. I can't pay for this one. That would have been amazing. But that's fine. Actually, I'm not into monuments at the moment, so I think I will actually really do this here. I will take 1 of those and then 1 of those, and because I have this card, I get 2 more of those. Okay, so at the moment, I'm not generating victory points, I'm just generating resources, but that's fine. What I still need, I need 3 of the military ones later on. I could get 2 here. Okay, so let's see. Here we can build monuments. I mean, that would also be okay, right? I could start building monuments because actually the Colosseum wouldn't be too bad, right? Because it would let me skip these invasions here. I think that's what I will do. So I will pay, let me see. I will pay these 3 cultural ones here that I have. In order to be able to put a cube on a monument, I will do that one here. I think that's not too bad. All right, then let's continue here. 3 cards. So I have just a few more rounds. We can't afford any of this. So what I will do instead is play this Conquest card here in order to get 1 of those and 3 of those. Remember, we get 2 more because of that card. Okay, then we draw 3 more cards here. And this one is perfect because I can pay the 3 I just gained again in order to put a cube on a monument so we can finish up the Colosseum. And that means now 2 more victory points. So now I should be at 9 victory points. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 of 13. That's good. And also we can now skip the barbarian invasions. That is a game changer. This is usually the setup I like the most. To have this Colosseum and to have one of these resource generators, right? That's usually what I like to do. But you can also win without, right? Okay, and now we draw only 1 card. We only have 1 left, so we still draw that, right? And we can now use this card here. I couldn't afford that one down here, so I will just gain the 2 military resources. All right, deck is empty, so it's the end of the round. I will mark that again here. And now we can skip the barbarian invasion because of our Colosseum. That is very nice. All right, last round already. You see, it's a very quick game. I just keep talking a lot, right? But you can play this game in like 10 minutes. just like it says on the box. I think it says 10 minutes, right? So, yeah, that is about right. But I will get to that also in my review. Okay, let's draw the first 3 cards here for our last round, and then we're done with the game. We still need to get to 13 points. At the moment, I have 2, 4, 6, 9. Okay, we need 4 more points. Let's see how we can do that best. Here, I would have to pay 3 military resources, which I don't have. We could build another monument. This monument up here costs 4, gives 4 victory points. That's all we need, right? I think is that the Pantheon? I almost think it is. Yeah, that should be the Pantheon here. So let me see. Can I? But I can't pay for any of those. You know what? Let me then get these resources here. That's 1 of those, 3 of those. And now I should have enough resources to hopefully get more stuff. We still have a few rounds here. That is good. 3 of those, I have that. 2 of those, 1 of those. I think that's even better. The Colosseum here. So I will use the Colosseum card here. I will pay 2 industry and 1 military resource in order to build 1 cube here on the Pantheon. Okay. By the way, if you ever want to travel within Europe, Rome is one of the nicest cities there is, right? So can highly recommend that. Another Colosseum card here, 3 cultural resources. I will pay these gladly in order to put another cube on a monument. And now we have reached all the points we need, but let's just continue and see how many more we can get. Okay. So I can't pay any of these things here really. Well, I could pay this one here, the fort, but we don't need that many resources anymore. So let me just take a few resources. Let me just take 2 military resources here and 3 cultural ones. Let's see, maybe we can buy something cool with that. We have 2 more rounds, 2 more turns. We can start on another monument, but I don't know if we will be able to finish it. But let's try. Let's just try. Let's pay 2 of these and 1 of this one here in order to start another monument. Maybe this one will give me 3 points. It gives me like 1 point for each, like 1 glory point for each building I've built. That's 3. That's not all too bad. This gives me 1 victory point for the resource I have the least of. That's not too great. And this one is really cool. This gives me just 2 victory points, but I can use cultural and military resources just as I see fit. That is pretty cool. But let me then take this one here for the most points. Last round, I don't know, maybe I'm lucky and I can build something else. Let's see. I actually can't. Yeah, I don't have any industry resources anymore, so I can't do anything. So I will just take like 3 more resources here. That's it. And deck is empty. We would have now the barbarian invasion, which we can skip again. You see, in the last round, we would even lose 2 cubes. Now we count up all our points. That's 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 13. 13 points. And now we check our campaign card here. And yes, we have 13 points. That is exactly what we need, right? So what we do now is we just turn that over, that card. And now we see, have we made it or have we not made it? We have made it, right? Because even if you fail, you still continue the campaign. And we, if we make it, we go to 2 Emperor, which is right here. And if we fail, we go to 2 Dictator. That's a different path, right? And these have like different special rules. So we have made it. That means the story, the beginning is a moment of extreme delicacy. You have shown prudence and wisdom. You have worked for the greatness of Rome. Wonderful. So we put that aside. And then we would continue with number 2 Emperor. Now the next mission would be, the patricians ask for new baths, new streets, new statues in the gardens. It's difficult to heed all their desires. We need to reach 15 points, so 2 points more than this round. When you build a building, you may spend 2 industry resources to add a cube to this card. Earn 1 glory point per cube, right? So we can just convert these into cubes, into victory points. Very, very cool. And then same thing, if we make it or not make it, we go to number 3, Emperor or Consul or Dictator. And then there we have also Emperor, Consul and Dictator, right? So we have 4 different missions in this one campaign here. And then we have 4 other missions in the other campaign here, and it's like a branching campaign, right? Depending on how we actually do. And if you don't want to play a campaign, I would always suggest playing the campaign, right? But if you just want to play a one-off game, you have this regular scoring card where you can see like how well you did, right? So if we just had to play the regular game, I would be right in the middle here, Marcus Aurelius, almost at Julius Caesar level. And that is how you play Rome Alone. But how do I actually like it? Well, let me tell you. As usual, let's start with the components. These are definitely good. There aren't too many different pieces, which makes the game a breeze to set up and tear down, just like you saw. Additionally, the quality of the components is pretty good. I like it. The gameplay is fantastic. Every action you take in Rome Alone feels impactful, even when you're just gathering resources. In many other games, obtaining resources often feels like just a means to an end and can be really unrewarding. This is not the case here. The game's length is also great. It's just short enough, as you saw, for a quick game after work, for example, but long enough to build something satisfying. It strikes a really fine balance, and Rome Alone walks that fine line well. What about replayability? Well, the core gameplay remains the same. Actually, the cards come out differently each time, forcing you to make new decisions every game. The campaign mode is also well designed, featuring a branching path depending on your performance, which is a cool touch. As you progress, you need to score more points, and the game introduces special rules to keep things fresh. You have to adjust your strategies accordingly. Plus, since each game of Rome Alone takes about 10 to 15 minutes, you can play through the entire campaign in like one sitting if you want to. Overall, there is a lot to like about Rome Alone. It can be set up, learned, played, and put away quickly and easily. It's an elegant game with simple rules but rewarding gameplay. This is a delightful solo game that I'm gladly awarding the Silver Sir Thecos Ace of Games award. It definitely deserves it. It's a fantastic design. If you liked what you saw today, check out the link in the description of this video to the Game Crafter page where you can find the game yourself to get it in case you're interested. Congratulations, you made it to the end of my video. Thank you all for your support. I really appreciate it. A special shout out to my generous patrons, with the biggest thanks going out to Thecos and Ryan Hall for supporting me at the highest tier. You can support me by watching, liking and commenting on my videos, subscribing to my channel, supporting me on Patreon, and joining my Discord server to hang out with me and my wonderful community. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video or my Discord server. Take care everyone, stay safe and cheers.